The Timberwolves made major adjustments to their game plan that allowed them to blow out the Thunder in Game 3. Maybe the biggest adjustment was where the Wolves were picking up Shai on the floor. In Game 2, Jaden picks up Shai really high, he pressures him, and when Hartenstein sets the screen, he's chasing over. With Rudy in a deep drop, Shai can just get into the lane really easily and walk into an elbow jumper. Now watch how they guarded him last night. Jaden's not going to stop backpedaling till he gets to just above the three-point line, and this screen is set much lower on the floor. Now instead of applying that high ball pressure, chasing over the top of the screen and allowing Shai to get downhill right away, Jaden's going to go under this screen. Shai resets and drives, and another adjustment was helping off the corners. Edwards isn't going to stay attached to J-Dub. He's going to come help contest the shot, get the ball out of Shai's hands, and this one ends up in a stop. We see it again here. Jaden's going to pick up Shai really low. He's going to get all the way to the three-point line, and again, he's going to go under this screen, and again, notice the help. Conley's on Dort, right? But when Shai drives tonight, we're going to help on everything. He gets the ball out of his hands, kicks it to Dort, who's going to shoot it over Conley's late contest. It's exactly what the Wolves want, and this happened all night long. The Thunder took 44 threes in Game 3 compared to only 33 in Game 2. Let's go back to Game 2 where again we see that high ball pressure from Jaden, and you see that screen is set much higher on the floor, and Shai gets an explosive first step going downhill, attacking Rudy in the drop. Now he's going to snake this screen, get all the way over to the elbow, but look at the corner. Nickeil Alexander-Walker isn't going to leave it. He's not going to help, and Shai gets to his spot, and he doesn't miss these. Back to Game 3, and again you see that low pickup point, and you see that screen set lower on the floor. Shai can't get that explosion going downhill, but he is still going to try and snake this and get to the elbow. But the difference is Jaden McDaniels isn't worried about the corner this game. We're selling out on Shai. We're not going to let him beat us as a scorer. Let's make him a playmaker. He throws a bad pass. Joe still drives it, and it ends up in a Chet foul, but you'd much rather live with that than watch Shai burn you from the mid-range all game. In this one, Jaden actually realizes he's too high up on Shai, and he's going to bust his ass back down to the three-point line, push that screen further down. Ant's going to help off of J-Dub. We're fine with the Thunder shooting threes. You get it out of his hands, and now watch. Ant is going to pressure J-Dub. They're pressuring everybody else on the Thunder, not named Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And now, when iHeart comes to set this screen, J-Dub is actually going to snake it again, just like Shai had been doing. But we're going to treat Shai when he's off the ball just like another one of these guys that we're fine with shooting. Jaden helps on the snake, and J-Dub, for some reason, takes a really tough one and gets blocked. We see multiple parts of the game plan come together on this play. Again, they're fine with pressuring people as long as it's not Shai. And here you're going to see Julius chase J-Dub all the way out to half court to deny this handoff. Now, the next part of the game plan, when it goes to Shai, Jaden's going to stay low. He's going to go under on screens when he can. And you force Shai into a pull-up three here. They're fine with living with that. He was 1 for 4 from 3 last night. So this game showed us a major shift in the Wolves' defense. They picked up Shai low to stop him from getting downhill momentum, and they sent aggressive help whenever he did drive. Even on Shai's ISOs, the Wolves came with strong help, as you can see with Ant planted at the nail here, and when Shai passes, J-Dub can't create a good look attacking the closeout. That's why you want to get it out of Shai's hands. Here, Shai's surrounded by Wolves on his drive, and Hartenstein looks open on the roll, but remember the new, more aggressive help. Conley leaves the corner to take that pocket pass away and gets the turnover. This strategy turned Shai into more of a playmaker than a scorer, and instead of giving him open mid-range looks, the shot the Wolves conceded was the pull-up three. But wait, we've seen this movie before. The Nuggets showed us this is how you slow down OKC's offense, and it's not unusual to see them struggle in the half court. It is unusual, though, to see OKC's defense get absolutely torched. So how did Minnesota pull that off? Comment part 2 if you want to see an Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle masterclass on offense. And if you're still watching the video, here's another mini adjustment from the Wolves defense that wasn't super important, but I thought was cool. In the first 2 games, Shai had success hunting Donte DiVincenzo on switches. You can see it here. Dort screens for Shai. The Wolves concede that switch, and look at Nickeil staying hugged up to Lou Dort. Rudy Gobert follows Chet. Now it's just Shai on an island with Donte. It's an easy bucket. The Thunder tried to run that same action in Game 3. Kaysen screens Jaden to try to get Donte switched onto Shai, get Shai going towards the baseline, but look at Donte stay attached to Kaysen here. Jaden makes an effort to go under, meets him on the other side, and on top of that, when Shai drives to the baseline, Julius leaves his man, comes over and sends this late double team. It's a much tougher shot, and that's the type of aggressive help we didn't see in Games 1 and 2. They run the same thing again later on, but instead of Donte, it's Julius in the action, and the Wolves are comfortable with him switching this. Shai drives the baseline, takes a tough one, and he misses. Here it is again with a wrinkle. Kaysen bringing Donte into the action. Jaden goes under. Donte stays attached, but the Thunder actually flip it right into a double drag to try and get Shai coming downhill to the right. And you're going to see again, they feel comfortable switching Julius out onto Shai. Now on the drive, Ant's going to help, get it out of his hands, and this one ends up in a stop. So just a mini look into the mind of Chris Finch. They feel fine switching Julius onto Shai, but they want to keep Donte off him if they can. Just thought it was interesting.